What is the best way to get better at the skill of doing character voices that you can use for your improvised comedy or your role-playing game or your acting? There are at least 3 that I can think of, different ways that you can get good at the skill of doing character voices. I will tell you about them. Today, hello, my name is Alex. Every day, in fact, I'm a voice coach, and I'm here with an announcement, which I'll tell you about in a second. But this is a channel about voice, and I'm going to tell you at least the 3 ways that you can learn different character voices. And one of them, I think, is maybe better than the others, but I might be biased. The first is watching YouTube videos. Hello, you're watching a YouTube video today, unless you're watching it somewhere else, but this is something that we all do. You know, we go on YouTube, we're like, how do I do this thing? And there's a load of good videos about voice. Some of them are on my channel, that's not a word. Alex, that is not a word, channel. But other people have good videos as well. I got distracted there. There's a person over there. That's the thing about having other people around. And you can go online, you can watch YouTube videos, and you can find out how to do it. You know, how to do different voices. And you'll learn a lot. But it can be complicated, because you learn a little bit from over here, and this person says, well, you've got to do this with your voice. And then this person here, they say, well, you've got to do this, otherwise you won't get a good voice. And there's lots of different competing ideas, which is good for the world, and for diversity of opinion, but really complicated and scary when you're just someone who's trying to learn how to get better at character voices. The second way is that you can just experiment. You can just go out and just try different voices. This is how I did it a lot of the time from when I was about 4 years old, apparently. I used to play around with the sounds of my voice for all the time. And I just basically never stopped. And that's fine. But it can take a long time. And actually, the biggest leaps that I've made in voice have been those where I have been taught. And then I've pieced it together as well. So that's the second way. Just try stuff out. And the third is to have a structured learning environment. And that is what I'm going to say today. So I have launched. This is launching. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launched! I have launched my Character Voice Lab, which is a 4-week live online program with a bunch of other stuff that I'm not going to talk about here because it's not sales video, this is information. But if you're interested in having like a structured environment, then you can find out about that in the description. But I'm going to tell you why a structured environment with other people is actually quite a helpful way of learning character voices. Firstly, people are scary. I'm a bit scared. I'm making a video here and there's other people around and I can feel that people are watching me and it's like, oh no, he's talking to himself in front of a camera. What is he doing? And that is quite a good dynamic to have. But within a controlled environment. So it's scary in life, it's scary in public, but in a sort of a cohort-based teaching environment, which is something that Character Voice Lab is, and I'm a big fan of, you get to sort of try out things in this environment where everyone is wanting the best for each other, and you're going on this kind of shared journey, and you're all like taking yourself out of the comfort zone, little piece by little piece, which is a great way to learn character voices because it means that you get a little bit of the fear, but you work with it as well, and then you can use that fear to sort of turn it into skill, really. So when you go into a game with other people or you go into an improv environment, you're not like, you've not come up with a voice and then you're suddenly into an environment with other people and you're like, oh my goodness, this is a lot harder when I do it in real life, because you've had a little bit of a test with doing it with other people. That is one way, so it's actually the sort of fear. The other thing is learning from other people and seeing other people. So one of the challenges with the voice is that sometimes the things that come out of our mouth are not what they're not what we hear in our head. And it can feel very early on in the world of in voice, you can feel a little bit like, well, I'm not making any progress. I'm doing changes, but I can't feel the difference in my body. And this happens to all of us. I went to a different person's voice workshop just last week and unlocked a couple of things that I, as a voice coach for 10 years now, have never unlocked. And I was just like, and there it was. There was a part of my voice that I never used before, which was sort of, and there's like a difference in vibration around, in the sensation of my body that I've never really had before, which is brilliant, and also requires the touch of a skilled teacher. So even I, as a voice coach, am always sort of getting taught as well. So if you're new to voice, then it is helpful to get to the eyes of not just the voice coach, but also other students who are learning, because they can see things that you won't, or hear things that you won't be able to hear. And together you learn in this environment that's fun and playful, but you're also like learning about voice as a group, which is brilliant. And yes, the third reason that it is brilliant to have sort of joint community environments is that it's the community. I'm a big fan of using courses, or having courses, to find friends and people who want to do similar things. Find people who are also using different character voices, so that when you go out back to the world of improv or back to role-play games that you play, you don't feel like, oh, I'm the only one who's doing a weird voice. It can be like that if you're at a table at a D&D game, for example, Dungeons and Dragons. You're going to be like, you can put a voice and everyone else is not doing a voice and you feel a bit silly. Well, if you've got a group in the community, as we have around in the character voice lab, then we can talk about that in the chat. And you went, well, I tried this voice, type it into the chat or talk to people in the call, tried out this voice in this game, and then I felt a bit stupid. And people are like, oh yeah, okay. And then you work through it, you feel like a part of the community. Anyway, that's a little bit about why it's great. I think that having kind of cohort, as we say, like group-based learning environments, where you also get, like, in Voice Lab, you have one-to-one coaching, and you have other things as well. So there's a lot into that. But that is the big news for today, which is that Character Voice Lab is live, live, and you can apply for it. You have to apply. We have to check people to make sure that you're not a dragon or something. Maybe you're a dragon. Yes, that was a terrible dragon voice. I noticed someone out the corner of my eye. That was why. And so I held myself back. Anyway, that is all. If you like voice things, then please subscribe to this channel or do whatever you want. And if you're interested in Character Voice Lab, you can find out about that in the description.